10A Boxing Podcast, where the punches never stop and the excitement is always ringside. Get ready to step into the world of boxing like never before. Join us as we dive deep into the stories, strategies, and showdowns that make boxing the ultimate sport of champions. From knockout interviews with legendary fighters to ringside roundups of the biggest matchups, we've got you covered with expert analysis and insider insights. So lace up your gloves, grab a ringside seat, and get ready to experience the thrill of the fight. This is the 10-8 Podcast. Yo, what's the deal? It's your boy Norbs, and this is the 10-8 Podcast, and I'm doing a little test run right now because I was on my man's podcast yesterday, my man Gerald McCoy, and I try to teach him everything I know in regards to what it's supposed to look like, quality-wise and stuff. And I'm looking at his picture, and I'm looking at mine, and I'm like, I'm slacking, bro. He kind of his should look a little better than mine. I gotta step it up. So I was like, nah, B, this is not what's gonna happen. I gotta fix that. I gotta get a better. I gotta take it more. And it just really upset me. So I was like, yo, let me play with some things. Fix my setting. Let me get center so people can actually see me, and let's get to rocking this shit out. You know what I mean? And it's crazy, but I'm trying to see what my picture looks like now. So this is kind of like a test run. At the same time, it's not. It's more so like it's a test run, but I want to speak on some things, particularly what people are thinking right now of. I want to speak Berlanga. You know what I mean? I feel like there's I took a lot of criticism, you know what I mean, in regards to speaking amongst them. I was called a sellout, man. I was really called a sellout. People were really upset at me, you know what I'm saying? And I took that to the heat. I was like, yo, I'm just basing my opinion off of whatever. My man Trap Life came out and was like, yo, you not Puerto Rican no more, dog. Like, what's going on with you? And I'm like, what you mean, B? Like, I'm just out here trying to have fun, bro. Like, I mean, I gotta keep it real. I can't be biased to the people. Like, I can't lie to them. You know what I'm saying? I can't do that, bro. And he was upset at me, but I had to keep it 100 with him. That's the only way I know how to do things, to keep it 100. And my man Trap Life, he was like, bro, you're not Puerto Rican no more. You're Mexican. I can't vouch for you no more. I can't rock with you. And all I was trying to do was be honest. You know what I mean? And this was all in regards to, what people feel about, what's his name? Hold on. I'm trying to fix this whole thing real quick. It's a little confusing for me. Here we are. So, I was just trying to figure all of that out. Am I center? I'm trying to figure out if I'm center, if I'm not center. It looks like I'm not. I don't know. It looks like I'm a little off. But I'll fix all this later. But I'm trying to get it. How I can fit it. But I did take a lot of criticism. But let me bring my co-host on. My man is in the building. What's the word, my guy?
It was good. Can you see me?
Yeah, I see you, bro. What's up, man?
I can't even see. Like, it's just dark.
You can't see me?
Yeah, I can't see me or you.
What you mean?
Dark.
I mean, I'm looking right now. Let me look on the phone. You might have to turn your shit off because I see it clear as day. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm not. Let me see. Let's see where we at right now. Yeah, I see you live, bro. Maybe I'm tripping. Yeah, we live, bro. Shit. I don't know, bro.
No, I can hear us and I know we live, but I can't see myself on the joint when I'm in here.
Oh no, you on, bro? Like you on 100% right now, bro. It looks clean. I'm trying to fix some of my things, you know what I mean? But it looks good. It looks real good, to be honest with you. But yeah, what's good, my guy?
Not much, man. I'm just figuring it out, listening to what you was talking about. What was they on your back about?
Edgar Berlanga, it came out that it was going to be a possibility that he was going to be the next opponent for Canelo. And I was really confused about that. Like, I'm like, bro, like, how is that even a possibility? And again, a lot of the stuff, a lot of politics come into boxing, which really irritate me. Where certain individuals don't get the right look deservedly. And again, I think Edgar's I root for him because he's Puerto Rican like myself. But I got to be realistic in the situation to where he struggled against subpar, you know, competition. Like he
No,
struggled,
most definitely.
and you know, how does he skip the line in that regard? So to me, it was just one of those things that just didn't make any sense. And some people took it as hate, like, man, no, you can't, because a lot of like Trap Life and them guys, I came up with them, so I know a lot of them. So I don't want to hate, on people or whatnot, especially people that I really rock with.
Hmm.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, you know, he's not that guy in my opinion. Like
I didn't think he was him either, just for some of the, just the natural stuff you talking about that we seen.
I mean, what do you think about Edgar Berlanga as a fighter right now?
I think like some of these guys that we talking about, I really logically, I would say they need work on their it's some of the things. I'm not gonna say just their fundamentals in general because they got fights under their belt, but I've seen when they had problems in the past, they don't revisit those problems, and then they kind of stay away from them, and then we don't get what we need to see, and then that's why you have the people in question that you got in question today. Like
Yeah,
you in question because you don't know nothing about him. Once he was battle tested, you wanted to see him overcome those and
yeah.
start getting over that with ease, so you can know that he's worth a Canelo fight or whoever he's gonna fight. But they're not doing that.
I mean, I feel like he did the what was it, 17 or 18 straight knockouts. And again, knockout is the sexiest thing in boxing. Sometimes, you know, it kind of takes away or it enhances somebody more so than anything. And it was the sexy thing. And he's a Puerto Rican dude. We're looking for a new Puerto Rican star. We don't have one right now. The closest thing we have is Xander Zayas, who's coming up right now, and he's young.
Mhm.
So
Oh yeah,
Puerto
he is.
Rico's been craving for a star. Now we got Matisse right now coming up. He's getting love in a big division, and I feel like people are trying to tap into that market because Puerto Rico is very big in the boxing scene, and that's a market, and especially power punchers and knockout artists, and I feel like
Mhm.
he was supposed to continue that, and as the stakes got higher and I guess the competition got a little better, he didn't fare as well. He did not,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's like a couple guys I felt like just period
yeah,
in boxing who kind of like been doing that. Like when they don't start faring well, like you never see them back in there with them type of guys or whatever the case is. You don't ever see they don't ever come out the same, and then they just be looking
mhm.
like the ass for real. Pause, but
Yeah,
like.
oh, facts. And the crazy thing is, like, he went from after beating the guy in from Ireland or whatever, he became the mandatory for Canelo on his belts, and I was like, holy! If you're a Jamel Charlo at once, or Caleb, even Caleb Plant, or some of these individuals, and even Edgar Berlanga came out and was like, bro, like, how does he become the number one contender due to this? And that kind of confuses me, and that's what makes me not really even pay attention to the belts because I feel like it's bullshit. Like if you have something to gain, you can manipulate who's going to be at the top of the food chain simply because it's going to benefit whatever you're trying to push. And it was crazy. I mean, let's look at his resume right now. I mean, he struggled. He ended up getting suspended for a year for biting someone. Like,
Wait, what he did?
yeah, he got suspended for a year for biting his. I think the fighter prior to the one he
Wait,
just beat.
what? No, no, bro,
Dog, I
no.
am 100% serious. They suspended him for a year for biting someone on the shoulder. Like, he comes off a suspension of a year. He
That's
fights this dude.
manny. as they would say in the Bay. That's crazy.
Yeah, dog, it's absolutely nuts to me. Like I was sitting
I
there like,
don't think I remember. I don't remember
yo,
hearing that.
look it up on YouTube. I wish but I don't want to.
No, I'm already knowing, bro, because you know my guy Steve Nelson, he turned a good friend of Bud.
Yeah,
He we're gonna get him on here, so we're gonna talk to him because
yeah.
he used to train with Berlanga back in the day,
Hmm.
and he was saying that, dude, dang, I just went dark on the thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happened, but it's fine.
Yeah, he was saying that dude be cracking under pressure when people put pressure on him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like he know for like he was one of the first people saying this. I'm like, for real, he like no blood, like he be capping because they was going back and forth on Twitter, and I and this is somebody who like I can vouch for. Like he don't just be capping. Steve Nelson is a real life dude. Like he was saying that Berlanga, you know, he crack under pressure, and people knew that he was known as a quitter. And then they showed him in the sparring Lubin. Listen, he was sparring Lubin. It's on the YouTube. And Lubin had him ready to quit, and his trainer was like, "Don't be doing this. You do this every time." So he could be mentally weak.
I mean, listen, when you bite someone, that's a sign of desperation. I mean, that's not an accusation. He bit someone. I mean, when you
No,
bite someone, let's be honest. I mean, you boxed. I never did, but that's kind of an
no, that's
accusation.
crazy. No, listen, my man, that's wild, Mo. You
No,
can't be biting folks.
bro, he bit him on the shoulder. He got suspended for a year, dog. Like, it's just baffling at how these rankings go. And I'm with you. Like, I mean, I heard the same thing. I know my man Kevin Newman was getting into it with him for a while. He wanted to fight him, and apparently they had sparred uh years back. And again, allegedly Kevin Newman got the best of him. And Kevin Newman was like, "What's up? Let's get busy." And he was like, "Nah, I'm past that. I don't need to fight you." Which, again, Kevin Newman's a solid fighter. He's a good fighter, but maybe it's too much of a risk. You know what I mean? He wants the big name. That's why, and that's another thing too. If I care about my fighter, if I believe in my fighter, right, you got to be realistic with your fighter, and that's my thing. You got to be realistic to the point where you're like, is he ready? Do I want to put him out there with an individual like a Canelo? And again, Canelo's gonna hurt him bad. And
No, yeah.
I feel like that could really end his career at this point. Like, I mean, to be honest, because I think Canelo embarrasses him, like literally embarrasses him.
No,
And I
Canelo
feel
is a
like
different breed.
100%. And in my head, I'm like, if you're trying to if you're looking for the quick bag and say, screw it, maybe he's not going to have a long career. Maybe that's why you try to force that fight. But I don't see any other way as to why you would try to get him to fight Canelo now. And I was talking to my man, we're going back in DM, and that's my guy. He's always with Edgar, and he's like, bro, like yo, like you hating on him. And I'm like, bro, I'm not hating on him. I'm just keeping it a beam. Like, how do you? I mean, like how? He's like, bro, you got to give him an opportunity. But I'm like, bro, he hasn't beaten anyone. Like he literally
Yeah,
has
and
not
that's
beaten
what I
anyone.
be saying, bro. Like these dudes don't be really beating nobody, and then they be getting these looks, or they just be in contention. Like I don't get that. That's what I was saying about kind of like Boots.
Yeah.
Like he hasn't been in there, and now he like going to Eddie Hearn. Like for what?
Well, I mean, at least Boots has been winning in
No, and that's one thing as he ain't been biting folks.
no, but he's been winning. I mean, he had one performance where people might critique him, where he fought a guy that pretty much ran and he didn't put him away, and it left a bad taste of people's mouths. But for the most part, Boots is knocking people out, dog. Like he's dominating.
Yeah, I
Edgar is
will
not
say that.
dominated. I mean, if Canelo would have fought him, people would have killed him. Like, bro, like, are you serious? That would, to me, it would have really been revving up the you ducking Benavidez. And Benavidez had a point in saying, like, bro, how does Edgar get the fight before me? And that's a valid point. That is a valid point. And it's almost like like a layup for Canelo. I mean, I don't mean to take a giant crap on this guy's talents, but there's a lot of other fight. I'd rather seen Charlo fight him. To be honest with you, like, I mean, and I feel as if that people, I don't know, man. I
My
mean,
camera might come back on.
yeah, I mean, shut it, just turn it off and turn it back on. It should come back on.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I don't want to like shit on him. He's a young prospect. I just don't see where he's at right now. But I feel like maybe he can get better with getting other fights. I just don't even believe his camp at this point believes in him, and they just want to get that big bag before it's never available again. And that's kind of what I
yeah, that's what I'll be saying. Like, I kind of felt like that by some other fighters.
No, 100. But you got to think about it. Chasing a bag like Canelo is it's not it's not everybody gets to fight a Canelo. Even when what's the boy name ended up fighting Floyd for Floyd's last fight before he fought Conor McGregor. Like, that's a bag you got to take, but he even earned that fight. But to me, it almost seems like you got to question his camp at that point and be like, look, do we want to throw him out there so early? He hasn't looked good, but maybe that's like, yo, let's get this bag, and what happens from there. We've made money, and again, Edgar looks like a smart dude in regards to investing stuff. I see he's opened like a tow truck company in Orlando. He's kind of doing the right things. So maybe it's not a longevity thing, but I just don't see him lasting. To me personally, especially in a stacked 168-pound division, that's just me. I don't know. Maybe.
I don't see him either because he hasn't showed us nothing.
Yeah, I mean, I heard rumors of him possibly fighting Danny Jacobs. I personally like the fight.
That's what I was saying. I thought we was gonna see that, but then we never seen that.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think
That's the thing.
From my understanding, again, I don't know. I know one person that Edgar is with. I don't know Edgar personally. Some of the people that he's around, I know them. But this particular individual, I speak to him a lot, and it almost seems as if they're hanging on possibly September. Like, hey, listen, we're here. We're gonna be around. And I don't think that's the move. I think you got to get Edgar back.
Oh, they waiting on that Canelo sweepstakes?
Yeah, 100%. Because once Canelo disposes of Munguia, and let's just say he does. Again, Munguia is a very talented fighter. Then September opens. Now, I don't believe that they're going to have the money for him to fight Benavidez in September. So Canelo might take a fight then, and then I would believe somewhere in May from there. So to me, I don't know what the hell you just did on your page, but to me, I think he's trying to get in that slot because, I mean, he's not going to take Benavidez in September. He's not going to take Bivol in September. So that spot is open. People don't want to see Jermell Charlo. So who else? And it almost seems as if Edgar's like, yo, I'm not going to bust a move and take a loss and then lose that opportunity. So I believe he is sitting on possibly getting that fight with Canelo after the Munguia fight. I don't think you're going to see any announcements, but I really believe in, just
he really waiting on that. That's crazy how they be waiting on that Canelo sweepstakes.
I mean, 100%. I mean, listen, especially, listen, it's an opportunity of a lifetime. Let's just say by some fucking, he beats Canelo. Let's just say, bro, he's out of here. You know what I mean?
No, listen, if he even do kind of good, it's like one of them situations like, oh, he better than we thought. Then we can bro. But if he gets stopped, then that's the thing, like you said, he still get the bag. And that's what they be trying to do.
Killer, I'll tell you this right now. I love my people in Puerto Rico.
Hey, dog, I get it, because when I was on like Errol Spence's I was on his back about him not fighting no up and coming champions to get to where he got. And everybody was like, you hating on black fighters. I'm like, no, I'm just not prejudiced.
No, but not even that. My people are delusional. I was watching clips of what's it called? The Voice with Ness, and he does The Voice boxing, whatever.
Oh yeah, that's Ness, my man.
Yeah, I don't think he likes me too much. I'm not gonna lie. I try to reach out to bring him on the show. He wasn't too responsive. I don't think I'm not there yet. But whatever. I
Listen,
watched.
I wish I could, but Ness just man, Ness is a different type of character with
Hey,
this.
hey, listen, it is what it is. I kill less, man. But so I was watching one of his clips. I post this stuff from here and there. I post anybody. I show love. I don't care. And there was this caller, and I really wanted to call up at that moment. And the caller's like, "Listen, man, listen, Edgar, he's also a bigger man. He's a bigger man, and uh, Canelo can handle the pressure like that." And I'm sitting here like, "What?" I'm like, "Who's put pressure on Canelo like that before?" And he's like, and getting hit by a big young animal like." And I'm sitting here like, "Bro, he's definitely Puerto Rican." He gave me mad as well because not only is he
No
Puerto
fact.
Rican, he's just delusional at this point. I have never seen, and even when people talk about, I can see when people say, "Yo, Benavidez will stop Canelo," and I can't even see that because I've never seen anybody come
No,
close to stopping Canelo. Okay,
that's what I don't be understanding when they be saying that
it's
because
hoping, it's hoping. That's what it
it's
is.
just like you're saying things that didn't happen, and then they didn't even stop. Benavidez didn't even stop Caleb Plant, and Canelo did, and that's what showed me that those things become technical problems.
Yeah,
That's a technical skill set because some of the things when I did the film study on my channel, I was showing like, oh man, Canelo has a different skill set,
yeah.
and that's what people don't realize. They looking at the size of these guys. Edward Berlanga ain't never been a 75. Once that Canelo has when he beat Kovalev, and Kovalev's a three-time WBO champion, I think.
He doesn't have
So
any big wins. Like he hasn't. I mean, he knocked the last guy out. Before that, he went like a streak of. My thing is this, bro. And I hope they fight, and I hope they fight in Puerto Rico. I'm gonna show up there with a nice bag of money, and I'm just gonna be like, "Are you got
I'm gonna
anybody?"
be
Really
there too, talking to my uncle Eddie.
I mean, it just bugs me out. Like I was listening to some of these callers, but that kind of shows Puerto Rico wants the new star. I know we got Amanda Serrano, but let's be real. People aren't tuned into female boxing like that. I love Amanda
What's
Serrano,
that?
but it's nothing like a male champ. Our last great was Miguel Cotto. Okay,
No, that's a fact.
I mean, let's be honest. So Puerto Rico is fiending, and then we got the kid Xander Zayas right now, but he's in a
Young
division
still.
that's stacked. He's at 154 pounds.
Yeah, that he got to really come out of there. Hold on. He got to really come out there working, bro.
Bro, I mean, dog, 154 pounds is. We're gonna talk about that later, but I mean, for Puerto Rico right now, we got Matias, and then Matias. I like Matias, but you got Teofimo there. You got
Yes.
Devin Haney. I mean, he's got a lot of good fights. I think Puerto Rico's in good hands in that aspect. But at 154 pounds, are we gonna have a dominating star? Xander looks good. We're fiending for a champion. Edgar Berlanga is trying to fill that void. I do not believe he has the skill set to do it, but Puerto Rico wants it to happen, and it's just something I don't want to
And
disappoint
it's
my
something
people.
you don't want to force because then it's gonna look crazy in the long run.
I-
Where he get, you don't want to do that.
Bro, I don't listen. I'm gonna be honest with you. If I go down the name of the list of 168-pound fighters, I don't
Okay.
find one of the top contenders that Edgar Berlanga could beat. In fact, Max Kellerman, who I love, who's well respected,
Hmm.
he did like a blog maybe about a year and a half, 2 years ago, and he was talking about Edgar Berlanga. And bro, when I tell you, he took a giant shit on Edgar Berlanga.
Who is this? Paulie?
Oh no, this was
Well,
Max Kellerman.
Max. Oh
Max.
yeah, Max will break you down if you feel like
Oh my god.
Max is a real technician with the boxing. Like, even though he
Max,
didn't box, Max will still
Max,
give
bro.
you your good honest.
Oh yeah, he's great. But Max broke him down so bad that if I was Max, I wouldn't show up anywhere in Brooklyn for a long time because they're
No
gonna try to
facts.
kill. Like he called him pretty much the worst 168-pound fighter. He cannot beat anybody from the top. But I cannot pick. I
Woo.
don't think he beats Munguia. He doesn't beat Munguia. I think
No,
Munguia knocked him
Mangia
out.
got dried. That's the thing. Like Mangia,
Yeah.
that You know what, Munguia? They were saying kind of the same thing about Munguia, but I just looked on his box rec. He
Yeah,
got some notable wins, some
bro, he's
decent
a
wins on
dog.
there.
I mean, listen, he's a dog. I don't think
And
he
he a
beats
dog. He
Caleb
ain't never
Plant.
bit nobody.
Yeah, but I don't.
Hold up.
But he's dominating. I don't think he beats Caleb Plant. I don't think he beats Charlo. These are
No,
all
Caleb
names that
hard to
ain't really
beat.
fighting. I mean, you
You,
tell me, out of those guys, can he beat any of those guys?
this is the thing I'm gonna say. I'm gonna
Okay.
say he can beat him, but his mental stability is not strong enough. From what we seen, my G, he bit a man on the shoulder.
No, he did.
He bit a man, bro.
Bit him.
Once that is in question, you really don't have the mental stability. Like, come on, blood.
What the
You
hell
bit
is
a
that?
man.
Bro,
No.
I'm telling you, it was absolutely insane. He actually bit. I sat there and I was like, did he just bite this guy? And I want him to do well. I really want him to do
No
well.
facts. We all
I
wanted
mean,
the boxers to do well because we can get the entertainment that we need to see. But when they don't fight these, I didn't mean to cut you off, but
no,
I
you
did
good.
a blog about this earlier on my channel, Troy Killertainment King. Hey, listen, get the likes up, make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. Keep the hate in the back pocket. Sit on it, actually. The
So I'm
thing
saying,
is, you want to make sure that you're fighting guys that can improve your mental stability, your stamina, because stamina is physical and mental endurance. You want to fight guys that can improve that and at the same time test you enough so when you get the big fight, you're not looking crazy in there. You look sharp.
look,
You're
another
not
name,
doing that.
David Morrell. Can he be David Morrell? I'd like to see it.
Mm-mm.
I mean, like, listen, it's a lot of
I heard
guns.
he'd be stopping shit. Excuse my language, but
Well, listen, you can say whatever the hell you want. You know what I mean? Like,
no, he can't see David because they talk David Morrell on David Benavidez bumper about some work.
bro, it is absolutely crazy. Look, I'm gonna pull this up right now. I can't believe you've never seen this. Look at this. Look at this.
I'm about to see this.
I'm gonna play it.
I can't believe it. Like, I didn't know he put a mic in there.
Look,
old mic.
Look, I'm playing it for you right now. I don't know if he's trying to give him a hickey. I don't know what the hell's going on right here.
Oh, I see.
But he bit him. He got suspended for a year for this.
The funny thing is I could see it on my computer, but I can't see us on there. But
okay, we're on the side. But
okay.
I think about it. I mean, look. I mean, he bit him. I mean, I don't.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah, he got suspended for a year for that.
He's bugging, bro. What was he thinking?
I mean,
that's not a good look, my G.
Just right here, he goes, you know what? I'm hungry. This guy looks like chocolate. I'm gonna bite him. He just bit him. Maybe, I don't know. It was just one of the craziest things I ever seen. He ends up getting suspended for a year for that. Now again, like it was crazy. I mean, you can't make this shit up. You can't make it up, Troy.
No, you can't, bro. That's crazy talking.
And this is what I'm saying. Like, how? I mean, and you know, people. I don't know how he became the. I think it's the IBF. I think it's the number one contender there, and you know, Benavidez has every reason to feel away.
No, facts. Benavidez definitely do because he been at super middleweight, putting in his work for a long time. So in that regards, yeah, like first when and this is the thing because everybody wants that Canelo sweepstakes. So I get what he's saying. Like if anybody is in line, I feel logically, not how he feel. He's saying he should be in line first because I fought the better competition and stuff like that. And I'm in agreement. Edgar Berlanga needs to step up the competition.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'd like to see him fight Morrell, and apparently he made some comments about Morrell. I seen that. Wasn't too it wasn't too you know. I mean, it's just one of the.
We don't believe you. Ain't that what they be saying? You need more people.
We need more.
We don't believe you. You need more people.
100%. I mean, listen. It is like it's an Edgar Berlanga response. Dave Morrell shuts him down, tells him off to bigger Canelo. Look, you see what I'm saying? I'm gonna play this. I'm actually gonna play this. How in the world is he bigger than Morrell? Like, I mean, this is absolutely this is high.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be 100 with you though. New York is a market to where it's like as a country state, because those are synonymous terms. Man, New York and California, depending on what market you in, bro, they can really get you somewhere when you don't have the talent. It's the World Trade Center.
Yeah. Bro, he told Morrell he's off the bigger things with the Canelo fight. So it has to be
Morrell stop you, bro.
Bro, it has to be some type of truth to this. This guy doesn't just wake up and make this shit up. Like, you're telling guys that are in your division that
you need to be getting work with you to you bigger than, because you could put some little butts in some seats, but you biting people, bro. Like, I listen,
screw the biting. I mean,
he's Basuda, you ask me, and I mean that like his technical skill.
Oh no, listen. I remember when he was coming up, my man Kano was like, yo, I really like this guy. He fights by the jab. And the first time I watched him, I was like, yo, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't like him. Like, I gotta see more. And I was like, listen, it's just he doesn't do it for me. I mean, I see some of these guys, like I watch Munguia. Jaime gets hit a lot, but Jaime puts in that work.
No, Jaime a dog in there. That's one thing I was explaining on my channel earlier about Jaime. Like, he a dog, and I had a fighter, my fighter that I was training was in camp with Jaime Munguia in Mexico City, and he really be putting in the work. Like, he a good kid.
Mm-hmm. I'll say this: if you can go beat Morrell, hey, listen, let's do it. I'm not mad at it.
No, listen, if you beat Morrell, then you saying you doing some things, because that's and that's what I was saying, how boxing used to work or be working sometimes. Like, if this guy is calling out David Benavidez and you be like, hey, bro, I'll work with you. I'll give you the work, pause. And then you get in there and get work with him and stopping, or even if it's a controversial scrap, it shows the level that you're at. And the talking is not just potential. You got action behind it now. Yeah. It's like, hey, blood, I got some work with Morrell. David Benavidez ain't want to work with him. I need to be getting the Canelo work, and you put the ball back in your court.
Yeah. Oh, listen, there's another fight. I forgot. Diego Pacheco. He just fought recently at 168 pounds. He fought on the card that just passed this weekend.
Yeah, that's
I'm not the biggest fan. Him, but he said he wanted to fight Edgar and got dismissed. Like, no. I'm like, dude,
I need Pacheco though. Like, see his style. What do he look like in there?
I mean, he was all right. He's someone. I think he's at Benavidez camp. He's all right. I'm not. Berlanga's more popular. I wouldn't say he's better. I think they kind of both.
When is your birthday, bro?
I'm a Virgo, September 9th.
Oh, no, yeah, most definitely. Then no, you a hard critic then. Like, no, Virgos don't play, bro. They are very meticulous about what they like, and you gotta really show them over and over. They need the reconfirmation. No, it's a fact.
I would love to see. I mean, he dismissed that too. Diego Pacheco solidified spot. He won 160 pounds. He won a decision. It was all right. It wasn't. Oh, this guy's great. Like, it was just one of those, like, all right, whatever. But to be honest with you, I mean, I can't sit here and tell you that he can beat him. Like, all right, let's look at the top fighters. This is ESPN's ranking at 168 pounds. Okay, which is the division Edgar's in. You got Canelo number 1, of course. David Benavidez number 2. David Morrell is number 3. You're telling me right now that you can't beat him,
dog. You gotta get in there with cuz.
Jaime Munguia is number 4. Christian Mabili, number 5. They got him 5 and number 5. Number 6, Diego Pacheco. Guys, after that, whose name is it? Edgar Berlanga at 8. Why wouldn't you go and fight that man? 21-0, 17 KOs. Okay.
Yeah, all of the guys you named, I'm on the boxing scene just to give another platform so we can't say we being biased. Like
Listen,
all the people you named, Edward Berlanga is number one in WBA, but Christian, Eric,
how
Benzanian, you got
Andrade? I don't think he beats Andrade. Demetrius Andrade is ranked number 8. I don't believe he beats him.
Don, you never it's that mental, like his mental ain't together.
Man, I don't listen. I just don't think he has the skill set of these guys.
Yeah, Pacheco is number 2 in the WBO,
I would
5
love
in the
to see
IBF.
why doesn't Pacheco and him? Why doesn't that make sense? You're gonna. Maybe his team doesn't believe in him, and they're like, you know what? Let's get this Canelo bag, and we retire. We go. We go buy
That's
that.
what I really listen. Logically, I'm telling you, Nords, I've been seeing. That's logically, that's what I would like to say they did with Earl, because some of the things outside the ring, they was like, man, we just because remember they was trying to get Earl in there with Canelo.
Yeah. I mean,
So it's kind of like,
Yeah.
why are you trying to expedite somebody to get the pack busted? Pause. And it started making me think, like, why are they trying to get him the bag early? Maybe they don't believe in him, and they really trying to get him his bag so he could get out the way because he gonna get his pack busted.
I named a few names: Pacheco, Morel. That if he beats those guys, his bag goes up against Canelo.
No facts.
To
See,
be honest.
listen, if you worth the bag, Canelo gonna get some bread with you because you're worth the bag.
Yeah. It's just, to me, like, I can't understand. I mean, even Andrade just came off of getting knocked out by David Benavidez, but it's David Benavidez. He's beating the hell out of everybody. I can't see how he's better than Andrade. I don't think he beats Andrade. Like, and these are fights that, to me, prove the world wrong. I mean, just do it. But again, I just don't understand how he's next in line to fight Canelo in September. I would love to see him fight Morrell, beat him.
The only reason I could say it is because they could get the money and they could do it in Puerto Rico and make crazy bread. Other than that, that's the only reason I could see it. But
I don't believe any Puerto Rican with any sense would believe he could win that fight. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't. And listen, my grandfather, the most delusional Puerto Rican ever. Like,
dog, you be on their back.
No, I'm telling you. I used to like, my favorite fighter of all time is like Floyd Mayweather, Hector Camacho, love Camacho.
Oh yeah, no, Hector Camacho is.
You know what I mean? And he always would tell us, the blood of a Puerto Rican is there. Like, he would, bro. He would tell you things that, like, Puerto Ricans are superheroes in a sense. It's good to have Puerto Rican pride. But if I had to put my money on it, I'm not putting money on Edgar. I'm just not. And
oh no, I wouldn't.
And listen, what I mean by saying with my grandfather, he's a very prideful man. He is a man that will back them regardless. 100%. My dad is like that. Right? My dad is.
I mean, yeah, I get what you're saying, because if they in there getting good work, then yeah. But
no, listen, Puerto Rico doesn't get down like that. They're very prideful. Like, it's just, but even my dad's like, bro, Edgar Berlanga, now he ain't going nowhere with it. And when he said that, I was like, damn, Dad, for real? I ain't never ever seen it. But like my man, my man be with him all the time, right? He's like, yo, bro, you're a hater. I'm like, I'm not a hater. I don't even dislike the man, to be honest with you. I don't even know the guy. All I'm saying is
they got him under Sergey Derevyanchenko in the WBC. He's like 8th in the WBC.
This is what I'm saying. How? Like, how is he number 1? Like, how did he sanction?
In the WBA, they got him number 1.
Bro, out of nowhere. And this is, think about this for a second. This is what gets me mad about these ratings, Troy, right? If I'm not mistaken, somebody correct me if I'm wrong. His last fight, he beat some 18-year-old Irish guy. Nobody knew who the hell he was. I don't even know who the guy ever fought. Prior to that, he was suspended for a year for biting someone. How on God's green earth did he become
He's
number
just
one?
number one now. That
How?
is crazy.
How? I just don't understand how this is an actual possibility.
He's number one in the WBA. I never really noticed that. I think I did, but
He
you
came off
know,
a suspension.
that's crazy.
I mean,
That's 3 times crazy.
bro,
I mean,
has that ever happened in boxing? I mean, like, who comes off of suspension?
no, that's what I'm saying. They was doing that with they did that with Ocampo when he fought Earl Spence. He had never beat nobody in the top 10,
Yeah,
and then he was number one.
I mean, I believe a lot of this goes by who's backing who. I know he was signed a Top Rank for a minute. I
No
don't think he's with
facts.
Top Rank no more. I'm not 100% sure, but clearly, who's
Facts.
behind them? They got money or they got
He
pull.
got the profits with him, dog.
No, somebody whoever's with him. I need to get with that manager.
He listen, that man has the profits with him.
Yeah,
I'm looking at this thing. I don't remember seeing him number one. I remember seeing him up there a little closer, but now he like number one in the
WBA.
WBA.
No, listen, that's how he was able. That's how the negotiations started with Canelo, and I lost my shit. I was like, I cannot believe that this is an actual. How is this man number one in the WBA? And Benavidez was like, I wish I could pull up this Benavidez interview, and he says it. He's like, yo, like, and I love watching David Benavidez talk because he's just so fucking hilarious sometimes.
No, he is. He keeps it 100 for real.
And he said, I don't know. He goes, I don't know how the hell he became number one. And he's just talking about it. And it made me laugh because I'm like, damn, man, it is kind of crazy.
Listen, money is powerful. Remember, see, this is the thing I'll be forgetting. I don't forget it, but I have to we got to remind ourselves. It's called a sanctioning body.
Yeah.
If you pay the sanction,
yeah,
they gonna move you, bro.
He got money. He has to. Look at what Diego Pacheco said. Diego Pacheco came out and said his chin is suspect. I've heard that from multiple sources.
No, most definitely
about David Benavidez. This is a fact. I'm not Benavidez. I'm sorry about Edgar Berlanga. That his chin is suspect, and he's not even.
They have said that.
I've heard a few people say that. You know what I mean? And then look, I mean, I don't know, man. If I was him, I would fight Pacheco, but it's just not going to happen. You know, it's just not. He's going to hold
Berlanga is not going to be lasting any longer if he don't get his act together. And that's what I was saying about some of the other guys in the other weight classes and comparing to what we talking to right now. There's nowhere you can run no more, like in some of these divisions. You got like 30-pound, the 40-pound division and the 54. There's nowhere you could go. Once you in there, you got to work your way through it to become a champion. And I'm starting to see some of these guys they ain't trying to fight certain guys. They trying to wait it out.
I would love to see a fight Pacheco, David Morrell. A lot of people love Morrell. If
he number one, he got to fight Morrell, bro.
How did he? Bro, he beat McCrory to be number. Where? Do me a favor.
Where is he?
Since you're looking at up rankings, look up. Not Quigley. What the hell's his name?
We on this one right here. I don't even know who.
Look up McCrory. I want is McCrory on any of these rankings? Is he on any of these rankings? Where the hell does McCrory actually rank?
That's on Edgar Berlanga's. I'm gonna look him up from BoxRec.
Yeah, please tell me where he's ranked.
I don't even know who you speaking of.
No, but think about this.
Sir.
He comes off a year suspension for biting someone, right? Then beats McCrory. That was his last fight. Let me see Edgar Berlanga's last fight. Hold on. I think his name was McCrory.
Oh my god.
Hold on.
Dog, do you see Cuz's face, bro?
No, that's his name, David McCrory. Look, he fought Patrick McCrory. He's an Irish guy.
Oh no, listen. This is proof of what you're saying. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah.
McCrory is 18-1. and only has 9 KOs, that will prove technically, because we're not out here to bash him. We're only out here to talk about actual facts.
Yeah.
So the gentleman that said his chin is sussy, pause, that
Yeah.
means it's a fact because they put him in there with McCrory. McCrory has a 50% knockout ratio. We don't know who he is. He only has 9 KOs out of 18 fights.
Forget all that. Where was he ranked? Where is he ranked? Period.
He's not nowhere because he's a Ireland. He's a 35-year-old from Ireland called the Hammer.
Okay, now let me ask you a question. He's 18-0, 35 years old. That's when he fought Berlanga. He wasn't ranked. Berlanga comes off a year suspension, beats McCrory, and then becomes the number 1 contender in the WBA. Make
That's
that make
crazy.
sense. I don't even know who this guy McCrory is. He's not. I don't think he's not even ranked anywhere. Where
I'm
is he
looking at
ranked?
Berlanga's box rec, bro. He ain't got nobody on here.
Forget that. Let's forget about that for a second. How in God's green earth does he get suspended for a year? And remember, he was struggling at that point. He wasn't even, he was struggling. Right? He got put down, he got knocked down. Comes back after a year suspension, beats McCrory, and becomes the number 1 contender in the WBA. How on God's green earth is that actually physically possible?
Mula Grande. They got the bag because that is crazy.
I mean,
he has nobody on his resume,
bro. But how do you become number 1 off of us? And that's where I'm at. I'm like, how is this even possible?
That's where the point where boxing is at right now, because they kind of package and selling it like the music, like whoever hot, they trying to make the bag off of them, get them a big fight, get their pack busted, garlic butter sazon and sofrito, and then get you off and get you out of here, buddy, because that don't make no sense, bro. I can't hold you one time. That you can't fight somebody with that type that's not even ranked. And now I'm on 2 devices. I'm on a pad, pause, and I'm on the phone.
Yeah.
And Edgar Berlanga shouldn't be nowhere. McCrory shouldn't be in either one of these devices.
First and foremost, the WBA needs to be investigated as to how they made that decision. How did they skip all of those individuals? It just doesn't make any sense. Like, whose palm is getting greased at this point? It makes zero sense. And listen, I'll probably go to fight. Edgar Berlanga probably hates me at this point for what I'm saying. He'll probably be like, yo, go kill yourself, whatever. As long as you don't put hands on me, I'm good, because I got lawyers. You know what I mean? I'm not a fighter.
Hey, listen.
But guys, how is this possible? How are we doing this?
And that's why this is the things we're not seeing. Because say David Morrell is good. How are we supposed to know? Because ain't nobody trying to give him work out of fear they might lose their shot at the bag. And that's the thing. Canelo has still fought people who didn't deserve, like the contenders who stayed up there, like Yildirim.
Yep.
Everybody was mad at him for that. But Yildirim have lost to Andre Durrell and have been off for a while. So he never fought again, but it never dropped him back down in the rankings. And he was in contention. They're like, why is he fight? Because he was a mandatory. So he got him out the way and moved on. But this man fought somebody we don't even.
Listen, I want Edgar to do well. Okay, I don't want this to be people like.
Oh, you know what? McRoy is. Hold on.
What was he ranked?
Damn, bro, he is in the IBF number 15.
So he beat the IBF number 15 fighter
15 ranked
in the
guy.
WBA. What is he ranked in the WBA? Can we look that up?
Bro, he not in there on boxing scene. And boxing scene is a notable. Boxing scene is one of the first blogs. Really, no, he not on there, bro.
Let me ask you a question. He becomes number 1 of the WBA
by fighting a guy 15th in the IBF,
but not even ranked in the WBA.
That's a monstrosity.
It's absolutely insane. It's one of those. Listen, man, it's crazy. I don't get it. And again, listen, I hope and I hope Edgar gets it together and just starts knocking out guys like Morrell and gets busy just for my country. Okay, please. But I don't understand or see how it's even possible at this point. I just don't, and it's kind of deflating at this point. If you're if and listen, if you're a David Morrell, if you're one of these guys, you're like, bro, like I'm here, I'm putting in that work. I don't get it. Like what's crazy, like, and that's why when people get mad at me. Like I don't care too much about the belts. I don't
I see what you're saying.
because this is why. I don't care who holds them. People duck all the time. I just want great fights. You know what I'm saying? The era of being a great champion, it's going out the window with Canelo and guys like Bud once they retire, right? It's not a lot of people that want to unify. I love what Devin's doing. Devin wants to unify. Tiafimo wants to unify. That's dope to see. But, a lot of guys duck each other and the fights don't happen. That's why,
No,
as
facts.
much people want to talk crap about uh Ryan Garcia, he's making the big fights happen.
No, somebody was saying that earlier. Like they got to put more respect on Ryan because
He's not
he
running.
actually the one getting the work, bro. Like he
Yeah,
giving, and that's the thing. He is the money man. I
100%.
noticed they did drop the tickets, and he is did, and as you can see, that's why he was doing
Guys,
a lot to sell the fight. But
Devin,
he's still giving
yeah,
Devin Haney and other guys like Tank is doing shots at their titles and knocking them off, staying busy.
yeah,
I mean, Rolly wasn't deserving a Tank fight,
he
but
wasn't.
he
I mean,
talked his
but he
way
doesn't
into
fight the
it.
big fights. Javante don't fight the big fights. But think about it. This is how big of a draw Ryan Garcia is. He's actually getting 55% of the purse against Haney, who's the champion. That's
He's
crazy if you really think
he's
about it.
willing to listen. He deserves it because
But think about what does that say about what the
He's
belts
selling.
mean? What does that mean? It's crazy. I mean, but that's where boxing it is. That's where it's at, man. And
At
it,
the
it
end of the day, a lot of these guys gonna be paid but not have no accolades. That's a
yeah,
bar.
listen, accolades don't pay the bills, money does, right? So listen,
No, fact. That's what Mike Tyson was saying. Look at all of this. What is this? It's nothing.
it's nothing. It's nothing.
It's
And
nothing.
listen, maybe that's why Edgar's like, you know what? I probably don't have a long run in me, man. I get this Canelo fight. They give me 7 million for this fight. I'm good for the rest of my life. Then
Gooch.
lose or
Yeah,
draw.
facts. No, facts.
Maybe that's what it's kept because they're not going. Listen, when you tell Morrell, I'm past that. When you tell Pacheco, I'm not going to do it. I'm sitting on. We want Canelo. Let's just say if we want Canelo. What in the world did you actually do to make that fight possible? And again, when I was listening to the thing on the Boxing Voice podcast, I could not believe how delusional some of these callers were. And I sat there and I was like, I forgot the guy's name, Ness or whatever. I'm like, bro, I would have hung up. Oh, this guy's an idiot. I can't even talk to him. There's
No,
no.
they be like that, bro. Like
It's insane.
you got to get used to it because some people they this is the thing. You might boxing might be your thing, not just fighters.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, see, boxing is my thing. I'm not a fan of an individual fighter, so that in turn lets me keep it fair on all platforms. Because I
mm,
wanted, like you said, I want to see good fights, and I
mm,
would like to bring this point up. This is why we're not seeing good fights because there's plenty journeymen and gatekeepers that have enough skill set to give you a hard time to where it could grow your career, and that's why boxing has took the seat as has taken Norris, because remember when you used to have to fight journeymen and gatekeepers to
yeah,
show you belonged, and them niggas would be in there giving you a hard time. Like even Danny Garcia had to fight a Morales, and Morales gave his ass a hard scrap the first time, and
yeah.
then he had to run him back, and then Morales get a payday, a good retirement. We're not seeing that no more, and it's not keeping, and then it's just not
I
keeping
mean,
the spirit of boxing good.
Well, a lot of these guys again, and I think it's the Mayweather thing. To be honest with you, in regards to taking that L and then that's it. And I think people are trying to protect their O as long as possible to bring up their value. But the O, it's valuable, absolutely. But also, it's what you bring to the table as a fighter, man. Like, and that's why, like I say, like, listen,
It's not more valuable than getting a good scrappy in because you
yeah,
can have a good loss. And you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, losing is not a thing that you should be doing, but losing in a way where people say, no, he's worth Pitbull is a prime example, bro.
he's awesome. I'm not gonna lie.
Pitbull, prime example. He put up a good showing against Javante. He lost,
Yeah,
and the win ages well. Every time Pitbull stops somebody or gives somebody a hard fight, it looks good for Javante because Javante had it's like, no, evidently, dude is durable.
listen, you fight
He
Gervonta, you're gonna make some money because even after you get knocked out, man, Rolly made a lot of money. Pitbull's made a lot of money. Man, fuck it, just go get knocked out by Rolly. I mean, by Gervonta. You get some
by
money. You get
Javante.
Ryan
Well,
Garcia,
that's what they're trying to do with Canelo, but they not worth that money yet.
Oh,
PBC could pay you in house, but these guys can't get that bread up like that. You got to get that bread up.
yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. I know people. Reggie gets to watch. He's not really gonna be a fan of us, but I'm just keeping it real. But you know,
Hey,
not
listen,
you're right, man. You're right, man. Man, I
And
don't.
this is the thing, like if you really nice like that, and this is why I keep it technical, Lord. That way, if they gonna be mad at me, we could get in the gym and I could work your skill set, and we could see like and talk about why it's because it's not personal. Due to your skill set, my man, you're not fighting the fights we want to see because they're trying to save your chin from being sauciered.
Saucier. I like that. I never heard of that. Saucier.
Listen, my man, shout out to Anthony Yang and Burner. My man said, Troy, in boxing, you will be called the saucier because you got different combinations of sauce. As a chef, cordon bleu, the New York's top, all them the culinary arts. He don't want to get his chin hit with the yeah yeah yeah. He don't want to get saucier, bro. And they trying to hold on to get the payday, like you said, so then they can skate out their way, and it's hurting the sport. And if you being 100, that's what we doing. I can't lie.
But that's boxing, man. I mean, and that's why we're not getting these big fights, and it's all about protecting and getting that payday, man. And I mean, listen, those even fighting tomato cans and getting to 17-0 made him some money. I think maybe he's looking to cash out. He's like, listen, I'm looking to cash out. Fuck you guys. I don't care what you guys are saying. I'm gonna take this loss to
I
Canelo.
just want to make a quick correction.
What's up?
Because you cooking.
Yeah.
But that's not boxing, my friend. That's business. And it's two things in this sweet science. And the sweet science was coined by a man named Pierce Egan in 1813
Mm-hmm.
in London and the bare knuckle boxing scene.
Yeah.
Sweet science. In the sweet science is two things, my friend. It's business and boxing. And the business sometimes ruins the boxing.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard. We don't get those fights we want.
We don't. And it's easy. If you nice, listen, it's nothing like seeing a good gatekeeper or a good journeyman like the Emmanuel Augustas, like the older fighters. If you pay them, they'll get in enough shape to where they're gonna give you a good 8 to 10 rounds for you to test, and listen, the gatekeepers is better than the journeyman. The gatekeepers, if you don't beat them, you're not worthy. That's
Yeah.
why they call it gatekeepers. They keeping you from getting the belt, and then next thing you know, they be back in contention. So that's why you're not seeing. That's why we're not seeing what we want, because them older fighters be still having the skill. They might not have the athleticism, but they had the skill to stay relevant.
We're not getting them fights because people want to sustain. Like, listen, Javante You got to give it to him. He's manipulated a bunch of guys fighting tomato cans and making a lot of money doing it, but he does it exciting enough to get people to want to pay to buy pay-per-views. Let's be real. I mean,
But I mean,
this is
on
what
some real,
boxing
but
is today.
Javante gonna stop you. So is that's the
Yeah, I
thing.
mean, it's
He's
not.
not
It's not.
biting you. He's just gonna stop you.
I was watching something with Paulie Malignaggi. Shout out to Paulie, but he hates on Canelo literally on a daily basis. I don't get it.
No, listen, that is
Jesus Christ.
crazy how he be
Bro,
doing that.
he goes crazy. But one thing he did say that I did agree with was Muhammad Ali fought everybody in his division. He did what he had to do. He's a great champion. He took losses and wins, which I totally agree with. But I don't agree with his assessment of Canelo that Canelo doesn't do that. He has the best resume in boxing by far. If once he fights Benavidez, what are you gonna say? You can't say that.
No, listen, man. I'm gonna tell you what they're gonna say.
What?
They're gonna say he was young. We knew he wasn't. He was having problems earlier in his career. And then they're gonna say, but David Morrell is the new knockout. And then there's gonna be another guy, bro. Because that's how boxing really works. They're gonna complain about who we don't fight. When he busts a pack, they're gonna make it seem like that fight wasn't the fight we wanted.
Bro,
and then they're gonna have another guy in there.
I remember
And that's just how it works.
I remember people telling me, "Oh, he's ducking Charlo. He's doing it," and I'm just like, "Bro, like,
oh my god,
I'm like,
you
oh,
keep it in 100.
No, it's just absolutely batshit crazy." And I love Paulie, you know what I mean? But
like they literally said, bro, like I ain't mean to cut you. It's just so crazy. Like it's hard to find people to keep it 100, but they was talking crazy about the Charlos and Canelo. He's scared of black fighters.
Yep, black fighters.
They athletic. Yeah. Man, he got in there. That man didn't want to even let one shot off.
But you know what's crazy? My thing is this: even with Stephen A. Smith, and I respect him, but his perspective on Canelo is absolutely insane. And I'm like, you're like, oh, give us the fight. This guy's been after you for 3 years, this and that. And I sit there and I'm like, why does everybody have this energy for Canelo, but they don't have that energy for Javante? And Javante had Lomachenko in his division, Teofimo Lopez, Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson. And I'm sitting there and nobody says a freaking thing. Paulie, where's Paulie talking about it? I mean, where's Stephen A? Why aren't they doing that? Why aren't they putting under pressure on Bud Crawford to fight Boots? I don't understand what's the obsession and I would love to have the conversation with them about Canelo. You know what I mean? And it just drives me absolutely ape shit when I hear it.
Yeah, I don't get the Canelo because with the Bud thing, he was trying to get the big fights and they were like shielding him at one point. He literally said he was blackballed.
Yep.
Pause. But like some of these other like Canelo, bro, like they literally was saying that some guys was scared of he was scared to fight these type of athletic styles. I remember they were saying he wasn't really gonna get to work with Caleb because of that athletic style and he busted his pack.
Yeah, I mean, it makes absolutely no sense. That was me. Sorry about that.
Oh, you
rest in peace, DJ Mr. C, by the way. But
oh man,
it just doesn't make any sense. And it's just, and I sit there and you know, listen, I love Paulie to death. I think he's a great analyst.
Love Paulie, got good bars.
What the hell? Why does he kills Canelo on a daily basis? Like I said, he's like, you know, Muhammad Ali, these guys, they did all this and they're great fighters. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, bro, you can use that same analogy with Gervonta and a lot of these other fighters, but nobody's doing it. Why Canelo? And Canelo's actually going in there to fight these guys. It's not like he's sitting there and running to a victory. You don't see Canelo run to
no.
Like you don't see that.
The thing with Gervonta, logically speaking, the consensus is it's only a matter of time before he knock you out. So that's why they probably like not. The thing is they logically saying he the best in the division. Even if you go up to 140,
but
he probably would knock out most of them guys. So that's why they're probably not going hard on him. It's only a matter of time.
He went to 147 to fight Barrios, right? He went to,
140.
well, was it 140? I think it was either 140, 140. I don't remember exactly.
It was
Either
140.
140. I think it was 140. He went to 130 to fight Santa Cruz, but he can't fight none of the great fighters in his division. I have a hard time believing at that point when Lomachenko's been in that division, regarded as the number one fighter in that division for years. Tiafimo, I mean,
Floyd, the Floyd said that. No, I seen an interview though one time though, to keep it 100.
yeah,
When Floyd said that that's why Gervonta had broke away from Floyd, because he was saying some of these fights when people was calling him out, he wanted him, and he was like, "No, I had to tell Gervonta." No, Leonard Ellaby was saying that
yeah,
Gervonta wanted to get that Lomachenko work. We had to told him to like calm down, pump your brakes.
really.
Like he wanted to work with. He was saying Gervonta be wanting to work, but Floyd be in controlling the guys to keep him from doing too much at a certain time.
It's almost
You know,
like,
Floyd got his own plans.
yeah, it's almost like, yo, keep making money until you can't anymore. Because once you, and I think Floyd's philosophy is once you get that one L, you're not going to be as valuable, and that could be the situation with Gervonta.
You know, you got a good point, bro. Because it's
Yeah,
Floyd. Like that's
yeah.
a great. That's a great
I
point.
mean, Floyd holds that zero, like, and that's his claim to being the best ever. And I kind of, and listen, whether you believe Floyd's the best ever, or whatever, you have an argument. But I don't look at Manny Pacquiao as any lesser or out of the conversation of the greatest fighter of all time.
No, absolutely. You know why though? I could actually say because I was talking about this with my man. Shout out to my man Low from Low Nose Boxing, Puerto Rican cat, New York for real. He
Yep.
be at Mendez Boxing.
Mhm.
He was saying that Manny Pacquiao and the fighters like Roberto Duran,
Mhm.
they would get knocked out. Like remember Tommy Hearns knocked out Roberto Duran, bang,
Yep.
sleep.
Mhm.
He was gone, bro. Like he came right back like nothing happened, because that's a part of boxing.
Out of boxing, yeah.
Sometimes these fighters let those losses dictate what they do in the market. Like you said, that it's up to the fighter really to control his marketability,
And and
you know, and just be like, because Gabe Rosado was still getting out here getting work, bro.
yeah. But my thing is this. With Floyd, you fought Manny when, let's be honest, he wasn't in his prime anymore. Whatever. You're gonna say you weren't in your prime. I get it. Whatever. You were better than Manny when you weren't in your prime. I get that. But I don't want to knock Floyd. But what I am gonna say is this: Manny Pacquiao can still be even though you beat him. Let's just say, right?
No, he could still be one
He
of
can
the
still be the
greatest.
greatest. Oh, he could still be the greatest, bro. There's only one fighter in the history of boxing to win belts in 8 divisions. That is absolutely absurd, and it will never be broken. There's going to be another fighter that ends his career undefeated, but is there
No,
going to be another
whatchamacallit
fighter?
is a 10-time world champion, though. No,
Who?
Nito Donaire.
No, but in 8 different divisions.
No, that's a fact, though.
Like, bro, he came up from I think
No, that's a fact. My
107
bad.
or
You're
something
right,
like that.
bro. That's 8 divisions.
That's insane. Like, I mean, Manny Pacquiao is arguably the greatest fighter of all time. That is something that that record will never be beat. There's
Nigga,
going to be
Floyd
another
got
fighter.
5 divisions, and he beat 23 world champions. Manny Pacquiao got 8 divisions, and he beat 22 world champions. And then I think Canelo is next on the list by how many world champions he beat. That's why a lot of these fighters is fighting some of the guys they fighting, because they want to have you gotta think Floyd out of Floyd 51 fights, Floyd beat 23 world champions. So that means out of half of his fights was still against world champions.
Oh no, listen, I'm not taking nothing away from Floyd.
No, I'm saying, but just like what the Canelo hate, like he's up there with the world champions he beat, and Manny Pacquiao has 8 divisions. Like you
That's insane.
really can't.
Bro,
That's
how many
crazy.
how many fight? I think he started. I want to say, correct me if I'm wrong. I think he started like at 107 pounds. I could be completely wrong,
Yeah,
but
I think he started at 106.
bro, 106 to go. I think he went up as far as, I don't know if he went to 154, but I know it was 147 for sure. That
No,
is
147 is where he topped off at. Pause.
that is absolutely insane. Who else has ever came close to that? No fighter will ever break that.
You
Ever.
have to turn pro, not go to the Olympics, because you remember when Floyd was starting out, he at around age of Pacquiao, they was coming up, but Floyd was in the amateurs, so
Yep.
it's a different program. Manny was getting work for cigarettes, do 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 do. So he
Bro.
that's
And
different. So like he started at 106 as a pro. I think he might have lost one of his earlier fights
yeah,
and then went on a crazy tear.
bro.
Facts.
But think about this: from 106, he gets to 147. Now, can you imagine a fighter that started that small, putting the fear of God in people to the point where Floyd was like, "Yo, he's got to be on something. He's on."
No, like
He was
facts.
knocking, and Manny doesn't fight to 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 breathe to 12 rounds. He's trying to knock you out. He's literally throwing punches from different angles all day. Like his
He's trying to get
style,
you out of there.
yeah, his style is going to be susceptible to getting knocked out. Like when he got knocked out by
Marquez.
Marquez. Um, bro, Floyd is a passive fighter. He beats you on points. He's a safe fighter. This guy's taking risks, and he's not naturally that big, but he was putting
No
the
facts.
bro. He put the beats on Miguel Cotto. Like I was like, yo, dog. Like
But the one thing I can say though, when I can't use that as an excuse. He was about to say the weight. That's on them.
that's on
Like,
him.
yeah, he busted his pack, bro. He busted Cotto's pack. He busted Oscar's pack. He busted. I remember when he first busted Diaz pack at 35. And
Bro,
then I remember he was supposed to fight Edwin Valero. I would have loved to see that fight because remember Edwin Valero was the man. He was knocking out everybody, and he
bro,
was left-handed. And
bro.
then once he rest in peace, Edwin Valero transitioned, then Manny Pacquiao felt the void and just start literally busting
It's
garlic butter
insane,
going to the top of the jaw.
bro. And you gotta stand, bro. Like he was knocking cats out. Like it wasn't like he was beating them on points, running around. He was putting people to sleep.
No, he was.
Ricky Hatton, I think it was like the second round, put him to sleep.
Yeah,
Like,
the people he didn't put to sleep, he still damaged them back because he tore Margarito up. Remember, he beat Margarito and he beat Joshua Colati.
bro, he was beating the hell out of people, dog. Like, and that's why I said that. I'm like, bro, yeah, he had losses, but bro, he was fighting. Like, he wasn't trying to win on technicalities or decision. He was actually laying it on the line, and coming up from 107 pounds is absolutely absurd. I don't believe it will ever happen again. Ever.
No, that's something that you ain't. You got to be selling cigarettes in the Philippines to do that because you got to have some type of. And I don't mean that like in a bad way. I mean it like
No, I get it.
there has to be some type of stimulus. You see what I'm saying? Like some of these guys, put it like this: if you think I'm fronting, and that's one thing we don't do on here, look at Chavez Sr. and Chavez Jr. One man came up in a certain type of struggle
Yeah.
and he made his thing, and then one man came up with a spoon in his mouth and he didn't make his thing.
No,
So you know that you are correct. The man that could never be done again due to the fact that cousin had a certain stimulus.
yeah, no, listen, I'll be like, I don't believe that record will ever be defeated. And that's why, honestly, when I talk about greatest fighters of all time, Manny Pacquiao's in my top three easily.
No, listen, Manny Pacquiao is Heems. You know what really did it for me? Like, and this is the thing, even though we on Edward Berlanga's back, we're just showing you the difference between guys who could take losses and still make an impact in the sport, and then guys who like waiting on that big money, John. And
Yeah,
that's where we at with it. Like that's why we're making this comparison between Pacquiao, so we don't really get y'all lost. We're saying that Pacquiao unlike Floyd, even though he's lost and Floyd marketed his zero, he had to. Pacquiao could market his style, even though it's susceptible to getting knocked out. It's the fact that he still was able to bust Keith Thurman down.
Yeah,
And that's what did it for me.
and that was in
Because I
40.
thought Keith Thurman was going to be some work for him because he was young.
Yeah,
Once I seen him in there and Keith Thurman was disrespecting him, and Pacquiao was like, "No, I just want to do this for God." And I'm like, "Hold on."
nah, that
And
man,
then once I
Manny,
seen that
yeah.
and he buzzed, I said, "Oh no, he goes down in history."
Manny is by far one of the greatest fighters to ever. I mean, some may disagree, but he's as great or better of a fighter than Floyd ever was, regardless if Floyd beat him or
No,
not.
that's what Max Kellerman was saying. That
Yeah,
Max Kellerman was saying due to the fact that he went through. And now that you say it like that, I see why.
it's
Because
insane,
going through 8 weight classes is a thing, bro.
bro. It's
That's
it's
crazy.
not normal, dog.
That's not
Bro,
normal.
bro, a lot of guys that are 140. Think about it, a lot of guys that are 147 pounds, right?
Yeah.
They're naturally probably walking around like at 165, 170. They're coming down.
No
He came
facts.
up to that weight, which is crazy to me, dog.
And
Like,
literally was busting packs though.
bro, smoking cat.
And
People,
I'm not gonna say every fighter. Some of the fighters at like 140, he was stretching because they were small. Like Miguel Cotto was small. Like he's a
he was solid.
small guy. Like I've seen him in person. I got a picture with him on my gram.
Mhm.
Pause. He's small, but like
He was a dog.
with Joshua Pilates and the Margaritos that were slightly bigger, he was still out punching them, like
How
throwing
tall
the
was
100
Manny?
punches around and really beating them up.
How tall was Manny? Like 5'5", right? Something like that.
Yeah, Manny short, bro. He about 5'5", you know.
It's crazy, bro. He destroyed De La Hoya. I remember that.
No, he destroyed De La Hoya.
Like dog, like he. I remember.
Dismantled.
I remember when he fought De La Hoya. That's kind of what set like the tone. Like people were like, oh, what's going on here? Like this
Yeah,
cat
because
is
De La Hoya big. Even though De La Hoya was fighting at like 47, he
yeah.
still busted his pack though. That was De La Hoya's fault. You gotta get on your vegan John. But he busted his pack and blew his eye out
Oh, no,
with left hands, straight left hands, like kind of like a Floyd. You know, Mayweather come in, lead with the right, bang, he just hit you with the right over and over. That's what Pacquiao did to De La Hoya, but with the left hand. He just kept hitting him with left hands, bro.
yeah,
Shout
man.
out to Wave Gang Radio.
That's my
But
guy.
yeah,
EJ always, man. Listen, I love Manny, man. And again, people, people hold that at always as a deciding factor, but I believe too. And listen, like even Tom Brady, listen, he's lost, but nobody else can say they got 7 Super Bowls. Nobody.
nobody.
Only Tom Brady can say that, bro. And you got to put Manny up there with these guys, these type of athletes, because I don't believe that record will ever be broken. I just did the weight classes are there for a reason. You're not supposed to be able to come up from 107 pounds and not just beat people, beat them into death, damn near. Like
No, Benny
it's crazy.
Pacquiao really deserved all his just due because he really did his thing, bro. I watched him. I wasn't a fan of him because even I was questioning, like, dang, bro, how is he busting pack like this coming from all them weights? But then once I seen that Keith Thurman scrap, that last one, I'm like, oh no, cuz is different. Like, and how he just come back from like when Marquez knocked him out, he just came back like it was nothing. Like,
Yeah.
man, he don't be tripping. One thing they didn't do is put him in there with Bud, and I definitely get that because Bud is a career ruiner. But other than that, Manny Pacquiao gets no disrespect
I
from
mean,
Corno de Kivo. That
listen,
man hurt you.
and it's crazy. He wanted Bud, which is crazy. I mean, Manny
No,
Pacquiao.
that's crazy. He really wanted to. And Bob Arum was telling me,
Hell
listen,
no, dog.
Manny, no.
You don't want that smoke. Like you too old.
Yeah, and that's the
Yeah.
sick part when you asking for that.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if Manny was they were on the same age, I want to see that. Manny's a dog.
I think, like, listen, if they have a conversation, like, people don't understand. This is one thing about boxing. Like, you know how you see people in the dressing room and stuff
Yeah,
before they fight. Well, the referee and the commission, and they be talking to you, telling you how it's gonna go before you come out there. Like,
yeah,
they
yeah,
be like, listen, we're gonna come out, you're gonna go like this, and then the referee be going over the rules, and he be
mm,
saying, like, say you a type of fighter that took punishment, and he like, listen, man, the referee and them gonna tell you, we not about to let you take no punishment. If we see anything, we're gonna stop it, Manny, because we here to make sure you protected. So if they like say that, and they be like, soon as a sign of him getting cracked, they just be like, no, because your age. Like, or they really give him a shot to get his bearings back. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? But
I mean,
they
he
not
was.
trying to take that chance with Bud, but that's how like usually it go
Yeah, I
in the
mean,
fight.
listen. I mean, Bud wanted to fight. That would have been his biggest fight. Never got it. He was very upset about it. Apparently.
The
Uh,
thing is, this is the crazy part. They was gonna put him in there with Earl, which showed me that they was trying to get Earl a payday, but Earl would probably got his pack busted against Manny Pacquiao, bro.
man, listen, man. Manny's a different type of animal. But man, listen,
Yeah.
I'm about to wrap it up. But tomorrow, 12 o'clock, man, we're gonna keep this shit rolling. We're gonna start promoting it. We're gonna make this shit hot. So interviews coming soon. We just gonna get shit cracking, bro.
No, most definitely. Shout out to Norbs, Norbs at all. We working 10-8 podcast. Listen, what you don't want. Manny Pacquiao, before we leave, actually gave somebody like damn near a 10-6 round when he fought Marquez and dropped him 3 times in the first round. So that
Mhm.
that that 10-8 is very fitting for the topic. Hey, listen, man, like, subscribe, add, follow us on Twitter, the Gram, YouTube, Troy Killer Tamer King, man. Another great one in the books.
My man, appreciate you, brother.
One.
Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe. You know what I mean? We're gonna keep building, we're gonna keep doing this. It's your boy Norbs, and it's Norbs it all right here. You like that? I'm trying to switch it up, man. We about to do some things. But it's your boy. We are out.